Hey guys, it's Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be renovating this house here in Willow Creek. This is for my save file, and I have already actually renovated this house, but I wanted to update it because it's been a while since I renovated it, so of course we got new things, and yeah, I really liked renovating this one. The sim that lives here, actually, if you remember, not long ago I did an apartment for a single mom. This is the dad of the single mom's kids. So he actually left and I placed him here. He's not going to live here. I'm actually moving him into an apartment just because the type of person that he is, like this isn't the type of house that he would live in. So yeah, he's just here for right now, just hanging out. But yeah, this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath home. It's pretty small, but the lot is pretty small. And I'm trying to really tackle my save file, and I really want to finish up all the houses on this street here in Willow Creek, but I know I'm gonna have to take breaks because whenever I build like the same type of house over and over again, it gets really monotonous, and I like to switch it up some, and I get inspired for new things, usually like when I'm playing or whatever the case is. But I can't, like, if I keep building like Victorian style homes over and over again, it just gets really old and I have to switch it up. So yeah, I might do some like apartment builds in between there, but I really want to start plugging away at my save file because I am really far behind like a lot of other simmers, and I'm just kind of going at my own pace. But at the same time, I'm trying to be mindful that we probably are going to get new worlds in the future, and at some point I'm going to have to like cap it off, like as to when I'm stopping or how many new worlds I'm going to be furnishing. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a crazy day. I hope you guys are all surviving quarantine. My daughter, she is 6. She is actually getting 2 teeth behind her baby teeth, like they're growing in behind her baby teeth, and she actually just fell asleep. It's 11:30 at night and she just fell asleep. The poor girl, she has like a stuffy nose, and I think it's because those teeth are coming in, but the problem is that her baby teeth, they're not loose at all. So I don't really know like what that means. Like, I don't know if we just like wait and see if her teeth get loose, or like maybe these new adult teeth will like push out the baby teeth. I don't know how that all works, but yeah, she only has 1 loose tooth, and she's like the only one in her class that hasn't lost a tooth yet, and so she's been like really upset about that. And it's crazy because like none of her teeth, she has 1 loose tooth and it's not even that loose. So I don't know, maybe her teeth are just behind everybody. I don't know. It's a strange situation, but nonetheless, she is sleeping on the living room floor, and she had me lay down with her because she was getting tired and just emotional, and her nose was stuffy, and yeah, it's just that's been my night, and we've been cuddling on the floor. She finally fell asleep. We're watching Rugrats. And yeah, so she is down here sound asleep, and I'm trying to like stay kind of quiet because I want her to stay asleep, but this is where I record, in the living room. So yeah, I don't know. Once she's asleep, she's usually pretty good, but I don't know like with her teeth, if it'll like hinder her sleep in at all. So yeah, anyways, like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying the quarantine, or I don't know. The government has not shut down our country yet, so I don't know if they're going to, but they've shut down quite a few, like restaurants are shut down. They do like carry out only, so like a lot of local restaurants, in order to keep making money, they have gone to like delivering orders. So I think that's pretty neat, and especially like the local restaurants, they really need the extra income. So yeah, we've just been trying to support them, and yeah, it's been rough, but we're getting through it. So yeah, anyways, you guys kind of see the kitchen come together here. I was playing around with the what is that thing called? The dishwasher, and if you size it down, it kind of puts this little like it kind of just makes it look like your countertop, like there's no cabinet to it. And so I thought it would be really cute to put a little curtain there. I thought it was so clever. I had to stop and take screenshots. I was like, this is so cute. I'm so clever. It's probably not that clever, and people have probably done it before, but I thought it was cute. I shared a picture of it on Twitter. So yeah, if you guys want to know how to do that, you just take a countertop and put a dishwasher in it. You size down the dishwasher as small as it'll go, and it'll just leave the countertop, and you can put like a chair or a stool or something in there to hide the dishwasher, because it'll be like a little teeny tiny dishwasher. And yeah, you just put a chair in there to kind of hide the dishwasher, and you can do all kinds of things with it. I've seen like Simmers use, like, just they've used it in their kitchens, or they've used it like as a little extra sitting area. I don't think your Sims will actually like use the counter space, but they might sit in the chair, like depending on where you put it. So yeah, I've seen a lot of Simmers do really cool things with sizing down objects, and I just thought that I would play around with it. I've been wanting to like play around with move objects a little bit more, because I see so many people creating like all these really like neat things with it, and I think I'm pretty creative with things like that. So yeah, I don't know. I need to just like play around with it and just kind of like take some time like for that purpose, because sometimes when I'm building on camera, I don't want to like mess around with it too much, because you guys will be like, what is she doing? And it'll just be me messing around. So yeah, here in the living room, I kind of went with like this, like playful comes to mind when I think of this living room. It's blue, and I really wanted to use these couch from Tiny Living, because you guys know that I'm really obsessed with Tiny Living stuff right now. I just love the textures. I know I said this in my last video, but I just love the textures. I love the style, and yeah, I like pretty much everything that came with Tiny Living. So I'm just in my phase of overusing everything. But I found these blue swatches, and at first I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. But then I was like, yeah, you know, this could be like a pretty playful living room. And as I was building and I did the bedroom, I came across a sketch pad, and I was like, maybe this person's an artist or like an interior designer, and they mess around with stuff like that. So I do put an art easel in here and a digital sketch pad. So yeah, I kind of imagine that the sim that I put in here is like maybe an up-and-coming artist, or an up-and-coming interior designer or fashion designer, or something along those lines, and they like the crazy colors like this, and they're a little bit more bold. So yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. I really like this living room. I think it's super cute, and yeah, I had a lot of fun like playing around with the different like colors, and there's so much blue in here. Yeah, it's kind of over the top blue, but you know what, it works. So right here, I had sized down that coffee table, because it's so big. But when you size it down, things want to like when different objects connect to the grid on it, it makes the objects float. So I don't know if that makes sense, but like when you place an object on it, it kind of acts as if it's still sized up. So I had to kind of just like play around with it and use my red shelf, my OMSP shelf, to kind of find the right size for it. And then I just moved the table back in. Yeah, it all worked out. So here I put 2 desks. I don't know why. I didn't put anything in the other desk. At first I was going to put 2 chairs, but I was like, no, that's a little bit of overkill. But I just liked the look of having a larger desk here, but I really loved these desks, so I just decided to put it together and kind of cluttered up a shelf around it. I also really like the hanging lights that I used. I don't remember what pack those are from, but I started using those a lot more too. So I don't know, I've really been in this like this weird, like I've just been creating like one style of homes, and I should probably switch it up a little bit, but for the most part my style has like gravitated toward that, and it's a lot of like the Tiny Living, like I think of like boho style and like mid-century modern. I've kind of like gravitated toward that lately, so I don't know what's up with that. I'm just like obsessed with it. Like, I don't know. I'm so obsessed with the tiny living stuff. It's great. I love it. So yeah. Here in the entranceway, I merged this coat shelf, or what is that thing even called? Like a coat rack, I guess, with this end table which has like baskets and like pillows and stuff, and I put it in the entranceway. There's really not a lot of space in this home. I actually almost I When I first started building this, I thought to myself that maybe I could make this a tiny home, but I think because of the porches that I added, it didn't count as like a small home, because a small home is 100 tiles. And I think if I probably would have gotten rid of the porches, I bet this could have been considered a small home. But I was like just over that. So yeah, I turned it back into just a regular residential home. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is kind of counts as like at least a small home, I think. It's pretty tiny, but it's really bright. That was another thing that I really wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that like the colors were really bright. Like the kitchen has like pops of yellow in it, and then you have this like blue living room, and I just love the bright like cherry colors. And yeah, I love bright cherry colors in person, so of course like these are like these kind of builds and this kind of style is like right up my alley. So yeah, moving on to the bathroom, I just there's a sink and a toilet in here, obviously, and then I used a tub shower combo. That way I could put in some washer and dryer. I try to include washer and dryers in all my builds. I don't play with the washer and dryers, but I still I'll add them to my builds sometimes when I play, but it just gets really annoying because I have so much laundry all the time, and I've learned over the course of time that when you have laundry in your room, do not put hampers in every one of your rooms, which is something that I did in my builds. I did it all the time. I always put hampers in every one of my rooms, but every time I did that, like all of the hampers would get filled up and I wouldn't get caught up on laundry, and then the hampers would start smelling and it was just a mess. So yeah, I stopped putting hampers in every one of my bedrooms. Like if it's a one bedroom, I'll put a hamper in it, but I started putting just like 1 or 2 hampers in the laundry room itself, like right next to the washer, so it's like all right there, so when they take off their clothes, that's where their laundry goes. And I feel like it's a little bit more manageable than putting a hamper in every single one of the bedrooms. So yeah, just a pro tip I've learned over time when playing the game, because laundry can get pretty annoying. I feel like it was easier in The Sims 3 because you didn't have to, like in The Sims 4, when you click on do laundry, after your sim puts the laundry in the washer, they don't automatically turn the washer on. Like you have to tell them to turn the washer on. So you have to tell them to get the laundry, put it in the washer, and then start the washer. Then get it out of the dryer, clean the lint tray, and then start the dryer. I feel like that doesn't need to be that complicated. Like just put it in the washer and the washer goes, you know? I don't know, just for like game's sake, I feel like it's just overkill to constantly have to do that, because in Sims 3 your Sims just threw the laundry in there and it was like fine. So yeah, I don't understand why it's like that in The Sims 4. It just, like I said, it's overkill. So anyways, this is the bedroom, the only bedroom in the house, and I left it kind of plain, but I went with like a blue gray kind of color. The walls are gray, and then I kind of think of this as like an ice blue almost. And yeah, I took some cabinets and framed it around the bed. I really liked the dark black cabinets with the blue. It just, I don't know, I think it looks really good in my opinion. And that's when I decided that this person was going to be an artist of some sort. No matter what kind of art she does, whether it's like interior design, or I wish you could do interior design on this game, but Some kind of like art style like that is what I imagine this sim to be. I also imagine this sim to be a little bit quirky. I haven't created this sim yet, but I'm going to. And so, yeah, I like to think of the sims as I'm building, and sometimes I have to go, sometimes I'll like have storylines picked out before I build and I'll build specifically for that. But sometimes if I don't really know who's going to be living in this house, I just start building it, and usually it comes to mind while I'm building it. So I know that seems like that's probably like a little bit risky. Like I just start building without knowledge of like what I'm building for, but I don't know, sometimes it just comes to mind. So in the outside, there wasn't really much to it. I did put a garden in here, but yeah, I kept the garden pretty clean cut because I feel like this house is pretty clean cut. I don't know, it looks like it could be like a brand new home, and I wanted the garden to look really maintained and put together. So yeah, and then I stuck these little fences around it, and when I tried to size it back up, because the fences counted as a room, when I tried to size it back up, you'll see it here in a minute, it took my garden beds with me, and I was like, no, I don't want that. So I had to go back and like delete everything and then put the fences back down, but it all works out in the end. And I don't know, I think it's a pretty cute yard. This is kind of like a house that you would get maybe if you're like a one sim that doesn't want kids, or maybe this is just like a step up from a starter home. So maybe you go from like starter home to this home, or I don't know. I mean, maybe that's like backtracking, but in my head, this is a house that you would have like not quite your I've made it home, but like, you know, a step up from a starter home. So yeah, but I just finished up some landscaping here, and we are coming close to the end of this video, so be sure to follow me on Twitter, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. So yeah, I've got some more fun videos coming your way, and yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying quarantine. I'm gonna try to give you as much entertainment as I can possibly get out for you guys, so you have something to do while you are being quarantined. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and with that being said, I will see you all later. Bye.